Okay, so welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you for tuning in by sharing, by whatever you're getting this from, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. All it matters is you just tune in for each episode, for each uh, show when it comes out. And whatever you're tuning in from, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful that I'm here as well. So I truly appreciate it, and I'm here to serve millions lives weekly as I can for each episode, for each show, I should say. And I'm very thrilled I get to do this. I'm very thrilled. I'm very grateful and blessed, truly. So, for today's solo pod, I want to talk about. Uh, I looked at my calendar on my phone. I was doing some, what should I talk about for this episode or tomorrow or Wednesday or whatever, so instead of, and I want to talk about, I think you learn from your losses more than you win. It's not that you don't learn from your wins, you do, but I think you learn from your losses more than your wins. And I think that many successful people will, I think, would agree with me that I think that you learn from your losses more than you learn from your wins. And as I was thinking about it and kind of prepping for this, I was thinking for a little bit. It's like I made mistakes on so many things that I probably could have done differently, and I learned from it. Like, I don't know. It's like you learn from editing, let's say, or I don't know, writing uh, lyrics or something. And as you really get to depth about it, as you're going really deep about it, as you look back and sometimes you say, that was a good lesson. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but it was a good lesson to learn from your losses. It could be like this, or from other days. Like there's some days like I'm not too pleased with, but as I look back as now, it's like I'm glad I learned from them, and I'm still learning from them. And it doesn't mean that you're perfect, which you're not, and I'm not. And as I look back and I learn, I think I appreciate the lessons and the losses I uh, I uh, I learn and kind of grow through. So it's really something to really teaches you. It's not that winning doesn't teach anything, which it does. You learn from winning, but I think you learn from your losses. I think you learn from your mistakes more than your wins. And there's certain podcast shows like this, for example. I uh, there's some shows I looked and I just kind of thinking about it. It's like, yeah, that was an okay show. I could have done better. I could have be more excitement. I'd say I could have be more I don't know, more deeper in this topic and just stuff like that. And I thought about it. It's like, there's certain shows I did better than others. Uh, I did better than others, of course. It's not that you don't want to improve. That of course that high achievers want to improve. And as I thought about it, it's like, yeah, it's like none of us are perfect, and you learn from your mistakes, from your losses more than your wins. And it's like there's certain people that handle it better than others. And I think like to take somebody like Tom Brady, who's the most famous retired quarterback, I would say of all time, more famous than probably any team or any player, I imagine. And he has, I think he pointed out, and I think I'm gonna probably miscorrect him, but like I think he said, I think I saw him on a clip. He was doing an interview with somebody, and he said that you learn from your losses. I'm looking forward to it. Kind of something about like I learned from the toughness and the uh, from your losses, and he looks forward to kind of like to get better from it. And it's been a while since like I kind of remember as I'm talking about now, but not as clear as I should be. But I should watch that again. But no, it's like Brady. It's like he like went through a lot of shit from his career and personal life, of course, but mostly his professional career, as we all seen on TV. And it's like the guy has learned from his mistakes prior than anybody in the NFL. It's not that other players didn't learn mistakes or learn from it, but Brady didn't like blame anybody. He didn't blame. He didn't blame. He acknowledged that I could have done this, I could have done this, but I learned my lesson. And you could have done things differently, and that's just the way it goes. Same with me, same with Brady, same with everybody. And it's like there's days there's like you could have like looking back and said I could have handled that differently, but hey, that's what it is in the past. I'm learning from it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do it again, which I'm not. And it's just something to be very aware to uh to be better than you did yesterday, than you last week, let's say, or even last month. And I think that learning from mistakes is so important, I think, for growth, for personal development, for your life, for business, or anything like that. It comes uh, to anything that would matter, whatever it is in your life. I don't know what it is for you, but you do learn from your mistakes, from the mess ups, from the setbacks, from the missed opportunities. For me, there's some opportunities like as I thought about it, it's like, damn, I wish I had taken that opportunity. Like that time was such age. It's like sometimes like you think about it, it's like, damn, I could have done this, but next time when it comes, if it's opportunity for me, which it is, I think, I'm taking it or something. And there's certain conversations I had with certain people, and I wish it would have been better. It's like, damn, it's not like I don't regret it, which I don't have. Um, but there's certain things I could have done differently, but you learn from it, and I think I think you kind of learn from it more than your wins. Not that you don't learn from your wins, you do, and their wins are great. You enjoy the wins more than the losses, of course. But it's just like I think you learn from the mistakes, from the things that uh, kind of like I don't know, maybe who are today would say. So, and it doesn't mean it's always gonna be easy to go through, which is not. But you do get through it, and you do become a stronger and wiser and faster performer of anything, whatever it is you're doing. I don't know what it is for you, but for me, it's this. And there's just something to brainstorm and to say, well, I could have done this differently or should have this, but it's what it is. But you accept it, you learn it. I don't recommend dwell on it. And I think that's a waste of energy, a waste of time. Um, I think I think that I think that like learning from your mistakes, learning from your losses, learning from your business mistakes, learning from your relationships, and maybe learn from other people as well, but mostly from your past mistakes, from your business mistakes, whatever whatever has happened in your in the time that you may listen to this already or not. I don't know, but I do know this: like you do learn from your mistakes. You do learn from the setbacks, from the mistakes that you didn't understand at the time. For me, like for editing, I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm a great editor, but I'm improving as I go along for each day, each time, and I kind of figure out what I've done well, what I haven't done well, and I'm learning. And I think I'm getting better. Doesn't mean I'm great at it, of course, but um, there's editors out there are oriented more than me, but I make it as best as I can. I don't think it makes me a great editor if it's on video or audio, excuse me. But it's what it is. I'm learning. I'm learning from my mistakes, learning from the things that I probably take. It's like, damn. It's like this is so simple, but I didn't see this at the time. Like when you're calm, you say it differently when you get frustrated. Like there's many times when I'm doing something with this podcast or anything like that, and sometimes if I'm like trying to let's say for example, it's like if I want to get like a microphone, like a podcast microphone, not like one of those things I have, that I can just stick it on my sweatshirt or something. It's like you have the microphone, you have this great microphone. It's like I was thinking about, it's like crap. It's like I'm missing the missing piece, and I'm not gonna get a adapter to connect the thing to the Apple tablet I'm having. And see, I think we'll connect. I think it'll work because when my guy tells me it will, it's like damn it. It's like I wish I just like it's like you're missing the missing piece, the most connected piece. But you learn from it, and you don't do it again as you do as the previous times. So that's life, of course. You do learn from your mistakes. You learn from your setbacks. You learn from the obstacles that you do face, as we all do, including myself. And it's just something to just to learn from, to kind of learn from it and say, okay, this is not my best work, but it's what it is. I would put the energy and time that I didn't do it the first time, maybe the second time. This is you learn from it. You learn from the losses, even like I don't know, like I don't know, like boxing, I would say, because you see these boxers are just so successful more than others, and there's like you hear these boxers, it's like it's like wasn't my best, but I won or something, or I lost. It's like you learn from your mistakes or something, and your mostly your losses. And I think learning from your losses is so critical at times to realize it when the moment does happen, when the opportunity does happen, let's say, and just say, it's like now you're feeling better. Now you're being yourself. Like when you have the energy, like you perform really good. For me, when I perform like really good, when I've like great energy, I perform with anywhere in my life. I can perform anywhere. If I have very low energy, I perform poorly. Some people seem to perform better when they're poorly or not, but I don't personally. But it's like let's take Mahomes. Like there was that like last year, like it was like one of those worst seasons I would say in his NFL career, in his professional career. And I remember watching it was Sunday night game against the Jets, or Chiefs in New York or New Jersey, I was to say. And he didn't play so well. The Jets pretty much outplayed the Chiefs. Chiefs scored some touchdowns, of course, and eventually Mahomes kind of slided and got the first down, and that's pretty much it. And he didn't play very well. The Chiefs didn't play well. And the Chiefs were not that great of a team that year, but eventually won the Super Bowl, and the rest was history with that. But he learned from it. Mahomes learned from it. And whatever you think of the Chiefs and Mahomes or Kelsey, that's not the point. The point is learning from your mistakes, learning from the lessons, learning from your performance, let's say. And he learned from it and just eventually got better. He got red hot in the playoffs. He played poorly. And there was not one episode, but like one game, it was Christmas last year. Uh, I was watching the Christmas game against the Raiders at home, and the Raiders were just kind of all over the Chiefs, and the Chiefs were just getting knocked out, like they're in a ring or something. And the Raiders kind of like bully them that day, and then one day they just woke up and got red hot in the playoffs, and the rest was history, and they won. So they learned from that, and I wouldn't say it was always pretty, but they learned from it. And they won the Super Bowl, of course, and they back to back, and they may win a third one, but I don't think that's ever happened before in professional sports, as far as my own knowledge, as I watch the games. Um, but no, it's like I think you learn from mistakes more than you learn from your losses. I really believe that, and I think that's true for successful people who are watching or even listening. And I think like learning from your mistakes and learning from your losses that you could have done differently, that you say it's like, darn, I had this, but I just performed poorly or something, or I didn't see something I didn't see the second time or the first time. And over time, you just kind of like, it's like when you're calm and performing very well, it's like darn, I could have had that, but I learned from it. But that's a blessing, actually, as you think about it. It's like I think there's a saying I heard. It's like every challenge is this blessing in disguise, and I find it to be true for me, and I think that's true for you. Is if you've been going through a lot of obstacles, as you all do, and I think it's a blessing, actually, as you think about it, because we think of obstacles as a terrifying thing to go through. It's like, oh, it's so hardship, which it is. Um, but when you do learn from it, when you go through the obstacles, it makes you such a better person. I mean, that's life, of course. But as you grow through it, you become sharper with your mind and body. It's like I'll be damned. It's like I did before then than I did probably a couple weeks ago. So it's just something to go through or to think about, let's say. And it's just something to really think about because many people don't really learn from it. They do, but I don't think they learn from it, like really learn from it. And many people are so afraid uh to learn from their losses, or many people dwell on their past way too much. I think I would say is stop dwelling on the past too much because the truth is it's not doing any good. It's not doing me any good. So what's the point of dwelling on it? And I would say is my advice to you is let go. Find something that enjoys you, something that makes you uncomfortable, that you really want to do. Do the things, just do the things. Like take some big swings. Like done some things that you never done before. Learn from it. Do whatever. Stop focus on the past. I think that's the solution, which is not you learn from it, but don't like dwell on it is the key. Because many people like to dwell on the past and think, oh, this could have happened. Well, it's like, well, I think it was meant to happen that way. I wouldn't say that, don't want to say that obstacles don't want to happen. We don't want it to happen, but it happens. But I think they're lessons. I think they're losses that we learn and we gain strength in the performance in our professional lives and in our careers. Whatever it is for you. I don't know what it is for you, but for me, I just want to just get better than I did yesterday, than I did before in the last week. I think that's the point of life. I think you learn from your mistakes, you learn from your performance as you did the previous times. And I just think that you just have to be uh I think you just have to be aware why you're doing it and then somehow do something to like take a break, of course, because for me personally, at times when I get frustrated over like over something, like it's like a something I don't know how to do on the internet, it's like sometimes I get so frustrated, it's like damn it, it's like just so complicated, and like I tell myself, it's like, all right, walk away, just walk away, take a break, I don't care, just walk away, and then an hour later I do it, and it's like piece of cake. It's like what the hell? Because I think sometimes our mind tricks us. It's like when we're like pissed off or something, and we walk away, take a break, and come back later or something. We're so clear. It's wild if you think about it, but it's true. So I think it's just something to like uh something just to think about and learn from. And I'm always learning, and learning should be a long lifetime. Learning should not be just a once in a while thing, as some people like to tell you. Like most people think they just go to school, read a book, and that's it. Like they never learn. It's like, well, that's pointless. You should be learning always. Learning from mistakes, especially your losses, but from life. And I find learning to be really fascinating as I go in depth about it and as I read and watch videos. And many people are just don't learn. Like when they learn, but they don't really learn uh as they like when they finish school, they don't even learn as much. They learn, but they don't learn like the things that or the great things I should say that will help them. Because I think school designs us to get the books and all that shit and read it. If you pass the test, if you remember how you get these grades. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's like, sorry, but it doesn't work that way. Like, it doesn't work in the real world. Maybe it'll work in school. It's like, for me personally, I know I'm kind of getting off track, whatever, with the topic, but like, I never went to school. I mean, I went to like school, but I never went to college. It's like, as you learn from it, it's like, I don't need a degree. It's like, I don't need a degree to do this. It's like, it's like, who cares? I mean, sure, it's like, there's certain things you need to go to school to get a degree. If it's doctor or lawyer or something, but I don't think you need a degree on everything, especially in YouTube or podcasts. It's like, as I'm learning about it, I realize, like, you don't need degrees with everything. Some things you do, some careers you do, but I don't think you need a degree in this. Like, as I'm learning, as I grow, it's like, wait a minute, it's like, I don't need to be really smart to have a good degree. It's like, as I learned about it, I realized, like, I don't need this, because I don't think I did very well in school. I mean, I did okay on some things, but I wouldn't say I was like a great student, because I think the school system today is just poorly run. Just school doesn't know what they're teaching. I don't think they even know what they're doing, honestly. So I think it's just school should be teaching us how to learn and learn from mistakes. School doesn't teach us how to like overcome the obstacles. School doesn't teach us how to learn from mistakes. I mean, sure, you learn in school, whatever, but they don't teach you those things. They should, but they don't. They should. And that's on the school system. And that's pretty much how it goes. And school doesn't teach us that way. They should. They should teach us all a bunch of things that we should know before we ever finish school eventually. But that's the topic for another time, of course. But it's just something to think about. So it's just something to go through and think about, just to review, I should say. So anyways, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so grateful that you just tune in and watching and listen. And I really appreciate it. And I'm here to serve millions of lives weekly as I can. And so that's all I gotta say. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all of that. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next one. Take care. Thank you.